Hi there. I've got a quick question for you. What does becoming a full-time author and taking a hike have in common? Stay tuned. We'll answer that as soon as we get back. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Robin Christine DeMarco for those of you who are new, and I'm a full-time author who is really just beginning this journey. This is my second occupation, and I'm really going from a little bit of knowledge about how to be an author, and the goal is to become a full-time author. I started the series off today with a question, and I asked, how is being a full-time author, or becoming a full-time author, like going hiking? And as you saw, I just doing a little bit of hiking here near home, and this thought occurred to me that there are several similarities here. And the first is, you need to know where you're starting and where you're going. If I don't know my starting point and my ending point, how will I know if I got there? How will I know if I reach that goal? Number two, it's always easier to traverse an area or make a journey that others have made before you, if you can follow their trail. Now, that trail can be done in a couple of ways. It could be nicely marked. As you saw there on the hike in here, lots of little markers on the trees telling me where this trail was. It was heavily traveled. I could, even without the markers on the trees, I could figure out where this trail was. The other option would be if I had landmarks, known points that I could go to, and when I reach that, I'd say, okay, check that off. I've been to this point. The next point is. So that's really the second way that these two are alike. The third thing that I think makes these similar is you have to have a plan of how you're going to go. And I thought with this episode today, I would take a few minutes and I would talk about where I'm starting, where I'm going, how I'm going to know if I got there, what I'm going to use as benchmarks, and then figure out what we're going to do from at the end there. Okay, as I stated in the last episode, and if you haven't seen that episode, I'm going to link it up above here. Well, as I said in the last episode, I've been writing on a part-time capacity for about 12 to 15 years, depending on when you want to look at starting the first book versus publishing the first book. I really never made an effort at promoting my books. So the place that's different here, not only am I using my real name, I am promoting. I'm going to follow a plan to get there. And I'm going to use an idea that other friends of mine are using. So let's go back to my starting point real quick here. Where am I starting financially? I get each month a check from Amazon and the other places, what I call pizza money. That's about all it'll buy. It'll buy me a delivered pizza. That's it. My goal is I want to become a full-time writer. I want this to be my second career. The one point at which we need to delineate here, we need to set an actual numeric goal, is how much do I really want to make from my writing? And people are going to say, well, I want a full-time income. Well, what exactly is a full-time income? If I don't have an actual number, there's absolutely no way that I can guarantee that I hit my mark, I exceeded it, or I missed it. So for the purpose of this series, of my beginning of this journey here, I'm going to set myself a goal that I want to hit at least $50,000 a year from my associated writing activities. I say associated because I'm also going to talk about not only my writing, my books themselves, but audiobooks and It could be paperbacks, it might be ebooks, it may be with Kindle Unlimited, it may be using different software, for example. Like I've got some softwares that I use that I also will be an affiliate for, that I'll put those in later. So all these little pieces are things that I might be able to make a little bit of an income from. So the question is, how long does it take to go from where I am now to the point of making at least $50,000 a year? That's step number one. Okay, the second part was we have to find the trail that we want to follow. So in order for me to do that, I had to look at several different plans, if you will. Some of the plans are hyped up, no questions. There are programs I've taken. Kindle Cash Flow. I've done the 10,000 readers with Nick Stevenson. So I've got these things I'm going to kind of pull on to see what I can do. And really that's where this is all going to be hinging. That's the place I'm pulling my education from, as well as talking to some friends. I have friends who are full-time authors, and I can look at them and ask them and say, hey, what did you do? How did you do this? Where did you advertise? How did you advertise? How much are you spending on advertising? I can put all these together. So that's the next step we're going to be looking at. For me, I'm starting off slow. I've got, brand new name. I'm going to have a total of 5 books out by the end of the summer. And then over the next year, I have several that I've taken that were in my backlist under my pen name that I've pulled off. I'm re-editing. We're going to make a couple of tweaks to them, and they're going to be coming out under my name with a new title. So hopefully by the end of the year, 1 calendar year from now, we'll have approximately 10 to 15 titles out. I'm hoping that with that many out, we'll have enough sales to actually hit our goal. And that's the next thing we should talk about, is the time. We need to know how long this goal is going to take. It's great to say I'm going to be a full-time writer, and I'm eventually someday going to hit $50,000 a year. Well, when is the someday? If I don't know when someday is, I'm not going to know if I got there or not. I'm not going to know if I'm on track to meet my goals. So for me personally, my goal, and I set goals in a couple of different ways. I have daily goals. I have monthly goals. I have 3-month goals, and then I have yearly goals. So here we go. My daily goal is I want to write at least 1 hour a day. Brand new material. So this is going to be me making new books. 1 hour a day. And that's going to be a daily goal that I'm going to have. I'm also going to add a daily goal in of learning about one new method of promotion each day. Now, if you think about that, that's 365 days in a year. We take out weekends in that. So we're probably going to be down somewhere around 250 days. If I can come up with 250 new ideas on how to promote my books in the next year, something's going to work. It's a challenge. So those are my 2 big daily goals. All right, my weekly goals. I want to be able to get through recording audiobooks in a week. This is going to take a little bit of work, but it's something I need to work at. So my goal is over each week between now and around the end of 2022, I'm hoping to record 1 complete audiobook. Now, will it work? I have no idea. I've never done an audiobook, so we're going to find out. But that's going to be the weekly goals, to record 1 complete audiobook each week. All right, my 3-month goals. Now, these are they're going to be a little bit more. I'm going to be able to go a little more in depth on them. So the first one I've got is going to be that I'm going to build up a YouTube channel. Wonder where that's coming in. Now, why would I build up a YouTube channel? Well, it's a couple of reasons for me. Number one, I'm hoping that you'll get to know who I am, you'll like who I am, you'll trust what I'm doing, and that my reading or my writing will be good, and you'll be willing to actually try some of my books. I can get a fan that way. The other thing is, this channel is all about the journey, so it is going to technically be writing involved, and therefore, if I can meet the criteria, there's a chance I may be able to have another income stream from YouTube. We'll have to see on that one. Let's see, other big goals we've got for the 3-month term. I want to grow my mailing list. Right now my mailing list is about 500 people or thereabouts. I want to grow it to a couple of thousand. So we're going to put 1,000 people on the mailing list as one of my goals for the next 3 months. We'll have to see how we do. We'll revisit these later. And I think the last one the last one we're going to put in for the 3-month goal is we're going to bring up the income from pizza money each month to, at the end of the next 3 months, I want to be making enough to pay several bills. Specifically, my car payment and my house payment. If I can get so I can pay those 2 bills strictly for my writing, that's going to be a great goal. Now, every 3 months, I'm going to be redoing those goals. I'll be revisiting them. I'll be updating them. If I've succeeded in what I was looking for in that time, then I'm going to change them. I'll do something different. I'll increase the numbers. I'll do whatever's coming next in the promotion schedules. After that, we're looking at the yearly goals. And my yearly goals, I'm going to say, are to have a minimum of 10 books that are up, published, ready to go in electronic, paperback, and audiobook formats. And under Rob and Christine DeMarco, they're going to be wide. So they're going to be available everywhere. Under my other pen name, Christine Chianti, those are going to probably be strictly on Kindle Unlimited, and I'm not counting those books. Okay, so in my 10-book number, we're not counting those books. And that also means that I'm not going to count the income I get from those books. So the income we're talking about is only what I get from Rob and Christine DeMarco, from this channel and the books that I put out under my own name. Okay? So as you can see, if we have a plan, we know where we're starting, where we're going, and how long we want to take to get there. We're going to follow the path that others have taken. Use handholds when we need. And we're going to ask questions and continue on looking at benchmarks as we go. And I think if we follow all those things, this journey is going to be a lot of fun and very successful. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.